Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. She has some little hair in her face today, but we are so happy to see you. Let me just make sure that we're live here. I had it set up and then we got busy. And okay, it looks like we are live. Lori, good to see you. Let me just click on that. Okay. There we go. How are you today, Miss Lori? Renee, good to see you. So it's the middle of June. Can you believe it? Less than 2 weeks away. It will be in July. Tammy, good to see you. How are you doing, Tammy? Tammy is my downline and my neighbor. She lives just a couple of blocks down. And I'm so thankful the weather is just a little bit cooler. I think it's still in the 90s, but it's cooler. Nancy, good to see you. It was like 104 yesterday. Linda Leonhardt, hello. Cloudy, Pennsylvania. Okay. Good to know the weather there. Cloudy, cloudy. Yeah, we were just running late because I got some new products that I want to show you guys. New pre-order. I don't know why I'm getting them like slowly. I didn't order a lot in the beginning, and then I keep seeing things I want, so I place another little order. And so today I got a couple more new things, and so we're going to play with one of them today. Jeanne and Ruth, good to see you guys. The reason I put on my glasses is because when it's on YouTube, the writing is in red and it's hard for me to see it. It's on a black background. Hello, Roz. Good to see you. And Marcia Long. Yes. Well, what was the other thing I got? Where did I put that? I got a couple of things. Maybe I put it up here. Yes, I can show you the other thing I got, but we're not going to use it today. We're only going to use one new thing today. I'm sorry, baby. Did that make you jump? So she's a little bit excited today because we have a roast in the crock pot. And I don't know about you guys with dogs, but when you have a roast in the crock pot, it's very exciting because they love beef. Ruth, yes, you too. And Marcia, 92 and humid. Ew. Yeah, humid. So anyway, we have a roast in the crock pot, and Ellie is excited about the roast. I know she'll get a little bit in her dinner, just a little. Hey, Tracy, good to see you from Connecticut. How are you doing? Roz placed 4 small orders to maximize her savings. It's confusing her husband. I get it, but you know what? I got my own separate account because I kind of do business. So I have a little business account and I just do whatever I want in that account. And it's quite fun. So I don't really have to report. And it's aside from our, our regular account. So it doesn't affect the family budget. So that's the part I like. That's what I love about being a demonstrator. And actually doing, having some classes and stuff. Carol, good to see you. Is that I make, a little bit of my own money to get my nails done and some different things. And it's not like when I was working full-time as a paralegal or anything like that. But it gives me a little spending money, and I don't mind. I mean, who would, right? Lisa McCusker. Oh, you're in Cape Cod. How beautiful. Is it beautiful there? It sounds beautiful. And Colleen. Oh, your husband sees the boxes coming in. Yeah, my husband's used to it because of the classes that I do and stuff. So we get a lot of boxes. Anyway, let's see. Well, I think she wants to get down. I'm going to go ahead and put her down. And that way I can start really talking, and I hope to make 2 cards today, so I want to get done I want to try to move along. Excuse me, there's just sometimes a little bar across the top. I want to get it out of there for you. So, who is attending Creativity Now this weekend? That is for demonstrators. It's a fun event for demonstrators, and it's on Saturday. And I'll post some pictures of me and Dr. Robin. We're going to be together. And if you didn't sign up for Creativity Now, it is too late. But it's so much fun, and we get to use a brand new suite from the brand new holiday catalog. I have it. I have to cut my papers. They give you the measurements and everything. And so I'm really looking forward to doing that, playing with new holiday products. I'm not sure if I can show it to you now. So probably I can show you what I make next week. So I will definitely. Roz, you're doing it with 2 downlines. Okay. It's a virtual thing. So are you going somewhere? Or are you doing it from your house? Yeah, are you as excited as me about the new products? We always love new products. Okay, what else? The Sweet Sweet Sale, SWEET SUITE. So sweets, it's a BOGO sale, but it's not buy one, get one free. It's buy one, get one at 50% off. So you can buy a whole suite and get a second suite at 50% off, the lower price of the 2. Or you can get, Linda can't wait, yes. Oh, Roz, okay, they're coming to your house, okay. So you can get one suite, a second suite for 50% off. You can get a bundle from one suite and a bundle from another suite and get 50% off the lowest price one. And I did check right before I came on, and because of the suite sale, some things are becoming unavailable, but we have still lots to choose from. But I thought I might tell you, the kintsugi dies, and I've got the coming back dates. I don't know, just in case you'd want to know. I want to know. Is coming back July 7th. Pretty Florals and Gallery Blooms not coming until July 28th. Damask Embossing Folder will be back on June 30th, if they hope. And Textured Notes July 7th. So some of those things will be back in time for the Sweet Sweet Sale, and some will not. If they're not, don't worry, they will be back, and there's so much to choose from. The whole celebratory Sips suite is still available. I saw that. You know, there's just a few that aren't available. So look around and take advantage of that great sale. My video tutorial bundle on the notes and totes, and I'm hoping to use these. I'll try maybe to use them on Friday, to use this bundle, the notes and totes. If you place a $50 order in my online store, you get this free. It's video tutorials by 7 of us demonstrators, and all the projects are using the notes and totes bundle, which is very fun. And we have a brand new one every month. So this month is focusing on notes and totes. Now, if you're a demonstrator, you can also buy this in my tutorial shop on my website. I have a tutorial shop, and it's $20 if you want to go in there and buy it, and it'll be like an immediate download. So that's kind of cool. Okay, then today is the last day to pre-order my Faith Creations butterfly class, and it's been going well. I thought it would be popular because, well, let me just show you. Sorry, I have to lean forward. The Beautiful Butterflies is the stamp set. Now, you can buy this from me at a slight discount. You don't pay tax and shipping from me. I just sell it to you at the price. Hello, Anne. Good to see you. If you don't have the bundle. But the bundle is so amazing, okay? It comes with a hybrid embossing folder, you guys. Here's the hybrid embossing folder. And then here are the dies. And they are just amazing. They're different from any dies I've ever seen. And I've heard a lot of people, and I was the same. It was in the spring catalog. And I'm like, I don't need any more butterfly sets. Jan, good to see you from Washington. But when I saw how this worked, I had to have it, you know. This is so beautiful, this kind of cutout butterfly. And then this die here, where is it? Over here. Well, let me just show you. because I'm going to show you my samples. So here's the first one. This is just a kind of a little simple card, so you'll make 2 each of these, and this closes tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific, the pre-order. Email me if you're interested. You'll make 2 of these. You'll make 2 of this card, and for the Faith Creations classes, I print out Bible verses that I put on the cards, that you put on the cards, but you get the printed verses, the printed and pre-cut verses. And this month we're focusing on, what are we focusing on this month? Oh, transformation, because the butterfly is kind of a symbol of transformation. So this is a diagonal cut card, and then you can see how pretty the butterfly is, how pretty that looks. And then the third one is my favorite. Okay, and I give you, you do have a video tips and tricks for this, and you get also 3 detailed PDF tutorials, 1 for each design, and you make 2 cards of each design, and that's how that one goes. So if you're interested, oh, you also get, I want to make sure to tell you everything. You get a half a package of the Bouquet Designer Series paper. It's a 6x6 one. You get a package of flat in color pearls, and you get a package of sponge daubers, and we're going to use those today. They're very handy. So it's a great class. If you're interested, email me before 6 p.m. today. But I do one every month. Thank you, Linda. I try to do one every month. Okay. Are you ready? Let's turn you down and we'll have our sneak peek. Let's see. Okay. So we're not using this today, but because I was telling you what I got. I got this Jar of Joy. This is on a demonstrator pre-order for online exclusives that start July 1st. So customers can get them July 1st. Thank you, guys. This is a stamp set that goes with our current jar bundle, and it's very, very cute. And it's a Christmas one, so I wanted to get it. Okay, so that I got, and we'll use that in the future. But the thing I wanted the most is the Sunflower Embossing Folder, and that's what we're going to use today. And it comes out again on July 1st for customers, but you can buy it now if you're a demonstrator. And if you're not a demonstrator, there are so many reasons to be one. Mostly because you can get this stuff early, and when you get it early, that means you don't run into the problem of when it's out. I can't tell you how much I love that. Anyway, this is a spectacular embossing folder, and I couldn't wait to get it. And so let me show you how it works. We're going to use it and play with it today. I made 3 cards, but we're only going to actually make 2 if we have time. This is the first one, and I'll hold it up. Look at how beautiful this embossing folder is, and I've colored it with sponge daubers, and I'm going to show you how. Simple, simple card, just a little coloring. Then I made this one, and this is the other one we're going to make today, but we're not going to put, these are little jewels that you would put in a shaker card, and I put them on there, and then they're kind of not sticking as well as I wanted, even though I put a ton of glue. So we're just going to color that, but I thought it would look fun. And I just cut the flower out of another embossed piece. And then this is one I made out of our new Darling Duckling. Isn't that cute? So you emboss the background sheet, and then you emboss another sheet using the Darling Duckling cardstock, and you cut it out, and then I did the sponging. So really, yes, I so agree. These are just, they're beautiful. I want to say hello, Pam. Good to see you. And Jan is on. Good. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what you can do with this beautiful embossing folder. And I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. And it's going to be gorgeous for fall. But we'll start with a little springy card right here. We'll start with this one. And I want to show you how it works. And the supplies are minimal, okay? All you need is the card base. a 4 by 5¼ piece of basic white cardstock, and a strip for your sentiment. So let's just go ahead and fold our card base. We'll get that ready to go. So we're ready after we emboss our other piece, and I will show you how gorgeous the embossing folder is. Okay, that's the standard 8½ by 5½, scored at 4¼ Now we'll set that aside, and here's our piece we're going to emboss. Here's our embossing folder, and it's a big one, you guys. So what we want to do is figure out where do we want which flowers, okay? And let's see how I did that. How did I do that? I think I wanted these 2 flowers on my piece. I mean, you could do it, can you see them? 2 flowers here, a big flower here, and other flowers. So let's see. I wanted to make sure to get that one big one in there. And so I've got it placed, and we're going to get out the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we're using, because this is a 3D embossing folder, we just use the base plate number 1, and we put on the embossing plate number 4 over the embossing folder. Okay, let me get that on. And we just run that through. Georgia, your sister loved sunflowers. Many people love sunflowers. Okay, so now we've got our piece that's embossed, and look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that, I mean, you could just make a card and put a sentiment right on there. It's so beautiful, but we are going to do a little sponging. So I'm going to use some Daffodil Delight, some Pecan Pie, some Petunia Pop, and some soft seafoam. So I'm going to rearrange them here the way I'm going to do them because I'm right-handed. Okay, so we're going to start with our Daffodil Delight ink and our little sponge dauber. Okay, let me pull my sleeves up so I don't get them in the ink. And we're just going to be very, very light, very, very light. And we're going to just lightly go around to highlight where the little flower petals come in toward the center. Okay, just very, very light. And let's see, just a little bit. Very, very light. It just takes a delicate touch. If you get too much, you've gone too far, if you know what I mean. And then we're going to just go around here. It's very easy. I think a blending brush, we have blending brushes, but I think that would not, you couldn't get the detail that you can get with the sponge dauber. So I'm going to try to come up the leaves just a little bit so that they show out from the background. Whoops. And there's no real perfect way. It's pretty easy, not that hard. Isn't that just looking nice? And then we'll come down here and do a little bit more on the leaves. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get the center of each of the sunflowers, but for this, I'm going to use the Pecan Pie. So let me grab that, and I have a new sponge dauber for that also. And because we want the center to kind of look a little different, all right? So again, pretty light touch because we don't want it too dark. See, that's just enough really right there. Let me pull it over a bit. Not too dark, just enough to kind of set it off because this is a light card. Okay, I think that's enough. Now I'm going to show you a little trick for getting the little, I don't know, okay, I'm not a flower person. I don't know all the parts of a flower. Whoops, this one looks a little lopsided there. Let me see if I can. Huh, still looks a little lopsided. I'm seeing it on the camera and it looks just a bit lopsided. Let me put a little more ink right in there. Okay, that looks a little better. All right, so a little trick for getting those dots that are around the flower center to show up. I think they're like seeds. So I'm going to use Secret Sea ink. It's one of our new ink colors that I am starting to love and use in place of black. And then I have, I need to just test. Okay, that's the right end. This is a blender pen from Stampin' Up, and all it does is blend. It has some little alcohol or something. I can't tell you all the details of how it works, but you just take a little bit of ink, and I'm just gonna put little dots, and make little circles right on those seeds, and it really makes the flowers stand out, I think. You have to be a bit careful, but what I like about it, if you try to use a Stampin' Blend alcohol marker for this, this is too delicate and the ink would be sucked right in, if you know what I mean. You wouldn't be able to get those delicate little dots like that. So that's why I'm using this, because you can apply the ink, and because it's not the alcohol ink, it doesn't run in. Anyway, this is your best tool for this job, is all I'm going to say. So we just color those just with little circles. And can you see what I mean? It looks really like seeds, I think. And that's the blender pen. You get 2 in a pack. Okay, now we can finish our coloring. I had it like this to begin with, and then I thought, oh, it needs some other colors. So let's go with the leaves. I chose, because I wanted a light touch, a light color, I'm going to go with the soft sea foam for the leaves. And we're just going to, whoa, that did come out a little darker than I wanted. Woo. And we're just sponging the color on right where the leaves are. And I think it just really brings it to life. I really do. Really brings these big leaves to life. And you don't have to do a lot, just a little bit. Let me see, I guess I missed a bit right in here. And you can just put your sponge dauber kind of on the edge like that to get in there in those little spots. Let me get a little bit more. I mean, you could be really particular here, and I suppose you could probably watercolor this. There are all kinds of fun things you could do with this. I'm just doing a very light sponging just to bring it to life. Let's see. Oh, we've got another flower over here. Okay, I think that's about it for the leaves. And now we've got this other flower, which is a little bit cactusy looking. Oh, you know what I think it is? I think these in here are the sunflower before it opens. But anyway, I'm making it purple. Like I said before, you know, when it's your card, you can do your own thing. They might be the sunflowers before they open, but you know what? We're going to say these are going to be purple sunflowers if they're sunflowers before they open. A little petunia pop. And here's some more right in here. Just like that. And now let's see, I noticed a little more sunflower over here, so I'm going to color that back in the daffodil light. And it's really easy. Let's do one more right in here like this. Okay. And let's see if we can get that a little pecan pie in there, because I didn't notice that before. There we go. That's it. Just a little bit. Oh, chalking. Ooh, yes, that's an idea. So isn't that pretty? Just like that. And then let me get all my colors put back here. Then we're just going to adhere this with multi-purpose glue right onto the front of the card base and put on a sentiment and some gems, and that's it. And I'm going to put on more glue than normal because of the embossing. I guess, I don't know which side is really up and down. I get to make my own decision, and I'll just do it that way because I know I want my sentiment over there. Okay, so here's our little sentiment strip, and we're going to use Secret Sky, Secret Sea. Constantly calling it Secret Sky. I don't know why. Secret Sea. And I have, oh, they do come in a variety of colors, Renee? I didn't know that. They do come in purple? Well, how interesting. I'm glad to know that. Okay, so this sentiment is hello, and it's from the Sweet Bloom stamp set. I don't know, I just thought it worked well here. You could put any sentiment you like. I just wanted a sentiment that wouldn't cover the whole thing, right? And all we're going to do is snip it at an angle on each side, just like that. And I'm going to tie a little linen thread bow here. We'll make a double bow. Okay, so cut off kind of a length of it, of this linen thread, and then I'm just going to cut it in half and tie the bow with both pieces. But I'm actually going to try to straighten it a bit before I tie, just like that. You don't have to put on a bow, but I do like bows on my projects. I really do. Okay, let's see. Start again. Here we go. It's a little different when you're trying to bring both pieces through. Okay, there they are. There we go. Okay, there's our bow. And we'll pull the tails down to straighten them. Now I'm thinking of just, I'm going to do this. You just put that down and then you put this across. So let me pull them out a little bit longer. Okay, and we're going to use a mini glue dot to adhere that. Press it right onto the dot and then pull it up. I think I got it. And we'll do it right there. And then what we're going to do is put some dimensionals on the back, on each end of our sentiment, like this. And this should work. And there we go. There's our card. Isn't that just cute? Again, it's the embossing folder that's so beautiful. I just love that. I do. I think it's a good one for spring, and it's a good all occasion card. So now let's make this one. And here we have a lemon lolly. Becky White, good to see you. We're going to use lemon lolly cardstock. It's one of my favorites because it's so beautiful. Thank you, Tracy. So there's that, and we're going to, because it's lemon lolly, we need a piece for the inside. And so I'll go ahead and glue that down now. I almost always use on the inside 3 3/4 by 5. I just cut up a bunch of these this morning. I keep them right here at my desk, so I can just grab one of these whenever I make a card and just put it right on the inside. I may stamp it later at a later date, but right now I'm not going to put anything on it. Let me just press that. Okay, so that's ready to go. We'll set that aside. And then this is our piece, again, that we're going to emboss with the beautiful embossing folder. So let's pull it up. And this time we're not going to color it, okay? We're just going to emboss it. And I want to try to get, let me get my plates. I want to try to get that flower right in the middle, that biggest flower. So let's take a look here. Here's the biggest full flower right here. And I think if I do this, it should turn out well. Okay. Put on our embossing plate, and we'll run that through. this time we're just going to use the white piece as a background. Okay, we are going to adhere it right on here, and I don't know if, you know what I didn't like about this flower, this particular one, what I didn't notice until I cut this one out is this side is not as long. The petals, see how much longer the petals are on this side than on this side? And then I looked at it and I thought, okay, that's kind of lopsided. So I think I'm going to make another landscape looking card, landscape position, and then these will be down at the bottom and they won't show as much. So I'll show you what I mean. So we can go ahead and adhere this. And again, I use more glue on the embossed pieces because some of the area is, you know, raised up, and I want to make sure it adheres. Okay, there we go. Now, what I did for the yellow flower, the lemon lolly flower, I'll show you, but I've pre-done it. So I embossed a piece of lemon lolly and I cut a circle right around the ends of all the petals. And then it just makes it easier to fussy cut. And then I went in and fussy cut around it, but it was very easy because of that, because I had pre-cut it into a circle. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little sponging, but less this time. So we're gonna get out our Daffodil Delight ink, and we're gonna do the sponging in this area. And you see how, because this is lemon lolly, it's a lighter color, and this is Daffodil Delight. This is looking, the Daffodil Delight is adding deeper color to the base of the leaves, just like that. And then we can just pull it out. Just go around and kind of pull that color out a little bit. But not like it takes very long. It doesn't take very long to do it all. And now for the center, we're going to do our pecan pie. Let me get that little guy. We're just going to go all around. I think I might do this darker also because we're on colored cardstock. There we go. Okay. And now we want to put those same little, highlight those little seeds to kind of bring it to life. Although it is kind of highlighted, but I like the black. I really do. I have to say I like the black. Okay. I think the black just really makes it pop. So basically you're just kind of barely tapping each seed with a little bit of ink. It just takes a tiny, tiny bit. I'm wondering if I looked at a real sunflower, which I didn't. Sometimes I do. You know, I'll pull something up, Google something. But I'm wondering if all those seeds in the middle are black. They might be, in which case I'll have to revise my flowers. Okay. So here we go, and now this little guy is going to fit right over that. Isn't that pretty? And we're going to put dimensionals on the back, and then we're going to add a sentiment. We'll just kind of put 4 dimensionals there. I mean, you could fussy this up. You could do, I have all kinds of things running around in my mind that we can do with this beautiful embossing folder. So just position it right on the leaves, or the petals. And isn't that just so pretty? Okay, now, for a sentiment, the other card I used, I'm So Grateful. But I think it might be a little large. Let's see. Let's go ahead and stamp it. This particular sentiment is from the stamp set that says, that's called Sentimental Framing. And it's right here. It has a lot of, like it says, I'm so grateful to have you in my life. So it has a lot of coordinating inside and outside sentiments. So let's pull this up. I'm so grateful. Okay. Now, I'm still pondering in my mind whether I'm going to go ahead and cut that out with the die, or I really like to fussy cut it because then it's going to show the whole flower beautifully. I do like to fussy cut my sentiments. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. And in this case, I really want the embossing folder and the flower to really show up. And this way they won't be covered up by additional paper. Let's just see how this looks. Remember, when you're fussy cutting, you turn the paper, not your scissors. Constantly turning the paper instead of the scissors. And you just go up and around. I know some people don't like to do this, but I do. I think it's calming. I don't know about you guys. I know there are some of you out there that like fussy cutting. Sunflower seeds can range anywhere from a light cream color to a deep black. Different sunflowers have different color seeds. Renee, you're just you're like an encyclopedia today. Thank you, thank you. So we're okay with this having the seeds the color that I colored them. Okay. So you see what I mean? I think that allows, I like the way this allows for, you can see more. And I'm going to use mini dimensionals for this now. And I feel like I want to put some gems on this one. And I didn't put any gems on the other one. So we might go back and do that. Because we all love gems, right? And remember, when you're putting something over a piece that's been lifted up with dimensionals, you don't want to lift it up twice or your piece will be slanted. So I'm only putting the dimensionals on this one side, and then it should be right about at the same level. So this has dimensionals, this does not. And I'm going to put a little dot of glue under there to keep that left side flat. Okay. And let's get some glue. We'll put just a little glue on here. Okay. Then what I do is find out where I want to put it and push it in toward the flower until it gets to that dimensional. Okay? So the dimensional underneath is right up alongside the flower. I'm so grateful. Okay, now let me see in my little stash of gems. What gems might we use? You know what we could use? Might look good. I don't know. These are the pressed flower motifs. I don't know. Those look like little seeds though, kind of, don't they? Why don't we use a few of the small ones of this? This is from the Beautiful Gallery Suite. And these are really pretty. We'll just put a few of them around. They're antique-y looking. They do have flowers pressed right into they're awfully hard to see. Let me hold up this, see if it'll help. Can you see those flowers pressed into the top? Okay, and we'll put one, let's put one gem over here. And then we need a third one. Question, 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 where should we put it? I kind of like it right down in here. We'll just put that right there. Okay, so there are 2 cards for the day using this beautiful Sunflower 3D embossing folder. And you guys, you have to get it. That's all I can say. It's just amazing. It's gorgeous. We're going to use it all fall. I know we are. The prize next week, you can have, I think I'll give this one because this one is the more summery one. So this will be the prize next week. the colored one. And if you are not a demonstrator, let me fix this a little bit. If you are not a demonstrator, I really encourage you to get the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit. You don't have to do what I do at all. All you have to do is love the product and want it at the best discount you can get it. And that is definitely what being a demonstrator is like. And I would really encourage you to get the starter kit and give it a try. There's no obligation. No obligation at all. There's a link up above on Facebook, down below on YouTube, for joining. It says join now, joining my team. I would love to have you, and we have a lot of fun, and I can promise you'll love it. You'll just love getting the product at a discount. Okay, we have a prize to give away from last week, and last Wednesday we made a pear card. We had a sneak peek last Wednesday too, didn't we? We did a sneak peek of the beautiful, I think it's Perfectly Pear Sweet, and I had gotten all this stuff on the my pre-order. Again, I love getting my stuff early, don't you guys? Georgia just received the cone flower. Yes, the cone flower is another one of my favorites. Okay, so this is the card. That's the prize today. And everybody who put prize, I take your names and put them in the random number generator, and I assign them a number. And today the winner is Miss Roz Wolf. Roz, congratulations. Thank you so much. I know your address. I will get this out to you. You guys are going to love this pear sweet. It is amazingly gorgeous. The colors are beautiful. We're going to be using this a lot too. So happy Wednesday. Thank you for watching. I love it that you watch. It means a lot to me. And I hope you have a great evening. I will be back on Friday, and we might make something with notes and